Well, it's September 27th, and we're going to go for a little walk down the trail here. And we're not going to find a cache today. I got an idea for a earth cache, so I'm going to check out the location, and hopefully we'll place an earth cache. This is the old rail trail. Goes from Simcoe down to Dover. And we're away up here off of Decoux. Don't have too far to go to the location. Now, nice little walk along the river here. Nice fall day. Leaves starting to turn and fall. Not too far to go up here. Did a cache last year, I think, on this part of the trail. Up where I'm going to put the earth cache. I think I mentioned this before. This would be a good place to put a Bruce the Zero cache out on that tree stump. I know some crazy geocachers that might go for that. Unfortunately, there's another geocache in the way. Alrighty, and this is the location of the cache, or where I want to put the earth cache. Unfortunately, there's a nice pipe here. The water's running up above it. Also got the water running down this way. Somebody's made a nice little bridge across here. The trail is very busy today. It's past about 6 people, I think, so far. Somebody's piled a bunch of rocks here on the bench. A bunch of different stuff. I think there's some fossils here. But that's not what we're doing the earth cache about. The earth cache is actually going to be about the spring over here. And Geo Rick had a video about him doing a earth cache at a spring, and one of the things they took a bottle of water and see how long it takes to fill up to get the flow rate. So my idea was to get the flow rate from the pipe, but there's hardly any water going through the pipe anymore. So I think the better way to get the flow rate is from that little waterfall up here. But we'll have to go around because it's a little wet here. I didn't bring boots, I brought running shoes again. I'm sure the cache I came after was in one of these trees. Alright, so I went over there, a little soft in the ground, and measured how long it took to fill up the bottle. It didn't take very long. As I came back over here, I found the cache. Alright. It's pretty constant water going through there, so got all the information I need to write this up, and I'm going to go back to back home and write this up and get her hopefully get it published. Well, just realized there's like 3 other caches along the trail on the other direction I haven't got yet, so maybe I'll go after those. The only problem is we have a family of muggles that just happen to come along and start going down the trail in front of me. So with the family there, I'm going to go down and try the farthest one and work my way back, and hopefully don't interfere with them. Still a nice day for a walk. Okay, we have another spring here. This one might be easier to get the information from. So what I'm thinking is maybe I'll do a 2-stage on the spring and use that second location for a comparison. Okay, we reached the first location. The hint is a big tree. So there's a tree there, a tree there. We're about 30 feet away. Hopefully. And it's an other. And lots of vines. So there's probably poison ivy in here. Don't touch the fuzzy vines. Three-leaf plants, so I'm not thinking it's poison ivy. I'm not seeing anything by this tree, unless it's that tree. Lots of vines here. Okay. Yep, I found something. Looks like a rat. It's a rat with a bison on him. Alright, that kind of explains the name La Rata. That's worth a favorite point, I think. My plan to get by the kids on the trail worked. So I'm heading back to the second cache, and they've already passed the third cache now. Alright, this is supposed to be a piece of cake. So let's try to make our way through here. There's a big tree here, so I'm thinking it's probably somewhere in there. A little bit of incline here and some pickies. So let's take a look. I gotta put the phone down. All right, well, we found a little container here. Looks like part of the route. It looks like 3D printed. Nice. This is a neat way to do the container. So it's definitely a pill bottle, and then it's got like glue on it, and then painted brown. So looks like a piece of tree. It's a very nice container for a homemade. 2 down and a third to go. And then I'll have to go back to the truck because I left the water bottle in the truck. And then come back and get the flow rate of this other spring. Okay, this one's a little bit more of a bushwhack, about 46 feet. But there's a fence line. I'm gonna have to get the GPS out. So I've reached the GZ. There's nothing really around, but the cache title's flying in the sky. So I'm thinking maybe it's hanging in a tree or something, but I'm not seeing anything. Might have to widen my circle around. Okay, well, I think that one is missing. Phoned a friend, and it's supposed to be a small little airplane hanging in a tree that you could reach from the ground. Well, I looked all over the place and I couldn't see anything. It could be the foliage, it could be my new glasses here, but no luck. So we're on the way back to the spring to do some measurements. This is a little easier to get a picture of than sitting in the mud, standing in the mud back there on the other one. Alright, so I wouldn't recommend drinking this water, but I remember this spring extended over to the road over there, and as a kid we used to stop and drink the water because it came into a giant barrel, and people would stop and fill up water jugs and stuff like that. So the water is probably okay to drink, but I'm not going to chance it. So got back and wrote this up the next day for the Tale of Two Springs Earth Cache. Wrote up right up in the natural springs, how the springs are formed, blah blah blah, types of water springs, spring water sizes, and the questions to answer. It was published the same day, later that night, and it's been found by a couple people already. MMSN was the first to find on it and gave me a favorite point. I love the clever name of this Earth Cache. I like the layout of the Earth lessons and the good write-up and easy to follow questions. I parked at Memorial Park and walked along the trail. There seems to be no parking along Deku. Measurements were taken, observations were made at these two springs. Favorite for the cool Earth Cache. So thanks to MMSM for the favorite point on that. Nice getting the favorite point right off the bat. Now, I probably said in the video that this was inspired by a cache that GeoRick did, but I found out that it was actually Land Monkey who did the cache I seen, and it's in his Maritime Mega, where he did a cache out in Nova Scotia that required water flow. And he actually has a how-to video on using a water bottle to measure water flow. So thanks out there for Jay, Land Monkey, for inspiring this cache. So Earth caches aren't that hard to put out. This one, my first one I put out, I had to go back and forth with the reviewer. Tweak it up a bit, but the last few I put out just straightforward out, and they're published right away. So till next time, catch you later, catch you on the trails.